Today on Suncoast View, Sarasota County says talking is teaching, and everyday activities can keep our kids smart even when school is out.
And you can help a furry friend without having to give it a forever home. Today we talk about the need for volunteer dog walkers at area shelters.
Dear Old Dad can be hard to shop for. We'll visit St. Armand's Circle to find unique Father's Day gift ideas. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome to Barbara Pulacy, one of our great friends from St. Armand's Circle. Great to have you with us.
I'm so excited to be here.
You're always visiting with gifts, and now you get to sit up here and talk.
Well, and she
excited.
brought her own flask, which is usually quite appropriate for
Right,
our show.
just in case I want to be prepared. So,
Well, only you have one, though.
Are they made out of wood?
Yeah,
they're
those are
made
cool.
out of wood. They're really cool.
Oh,
and
my.
flasks are really the hot item right now for
really?
men. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
I like
size
that.
fits
Knock one
everyone?
back.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, you knock one back and you're good to go.
I have decided from watching you and all of the amazing things and ideas that you bring all the time that I would love owning a boutique. Like, I don't know if I have the business sense behind it, but just the to pick and to look,
It
and
is
you'd be
so
good at
much
it.
shop.
fun.
Yeah,
shopping.
She finds out a lot of really cool things, though.
That's awesome. I mean, I love doing it. I get to shop all the time, and I buy what I like. And that's the
Does
fun
that
part.
work?
It does work. For the most part, I have to say. Occasionally it misses, but for the most part,
But
it
you
does
have
work.
good taste. Like, I would buy something weird. No one would buy it but me.
Just the concept of shopping and choosing
Choosing.
for a living.
Yeah.
Linda, you'd be good at that
I'd
too.
love
You
that.
would be, yeah.
I
Maybe
would.
we should open a boutique in our spare time. We
All
could
we would
call
have
it
is liquor.
The View.
That wouldn't work. That's
No,
a liquor
that's
store.
not all we're going to have.
The
We're gonna call it
Suncoast
The
View Boutique, I can see
Yes,
that.
I can too.
And we'll have some business help here.
Well, I'll give you a little business help.
the
You guys
business.
can go shopping.
Our producer's rolling his eyes because
Right.
he can barely get us to cooperate with this show every day. Now, if we're going to run a side business, we're probably in trouble. But we do think it would be fun. We love your taste, and we
Thank
can't wait to
you.
get our dad's ideas because Linda just pointed out dads
Yeah.
are seriously hard to shop
They're
for.
very hard to
Very
shop.
hard.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we will look forward to the help.
I'm excited.
We also look forward to going to the kitchen, of course, and we welcome back Josh from Muse at the Ringling. Welcome, Chef. What are we making today?
Thank you for having me back. Today we're going to make garlic chili shrimp, one of my favorites that I actually make at home.
Oh, we always say we want to know what the
Little
chef likes to
creativity.
eat.
A little creativity.
Creativity.
Yeah, all right. We like the creativity. And I understand Muse is also participating in Savor Sarasota.
Yes, we are. Currently it ends, I believe, tomorrow, and then beginning on Thursday we'll be running our own dinner menu that is Savor-esque.
Okay,
We'll talk more about that when you come over here.
great deals throughout the summer, though.
Of
That is
course.
part of it. Savor-esque. All right. Josh is in his creative mode today. I kind of like
he
it.
is.
A lot of fun on the way. It is time for our first hot topic. And with school out for the summer, a Sarasota summer program is reminding parents just talk to your kids. It sounds simple enough. The pilot program is called Talking is Teaching, and it hopes to help parents recognize their power to boost kids' early brain and vocab just through simple everyday actions. Early vocabulary is linked to later reading and school success. But experts say there is a 30 million word gap between low-income kindergartners and those from more affluent families. Conversational tips for parents will be posted around the county. I found this very interesting because I felt like all I ever did was talk to my kids because they were with me and I didn't have a choice. But maybe that's not true for everyone.
No, it's not. In fact, a lot of families, when they talk to their kids, they're using like baby talk.
Right.
My sister used to get upset if anyone spoke to her kid like, oh, and she was like, no, you need to speak to him as if he is an actual child or an adult.
Functioning
Talk to
person,
him, yeah,
right.
talk to him with real words and not, abbreviations
Right.
and things like that.
You
So,
know
yeah,
what
a
I
lot of
found?
people don't.
My grandchildren love to hear. They will walk through the door and say, tell me about bad things you did when you were a kid my age. That always holds their attention.
Yeah.
So far, they haven't repeated anything like that.
That's good. They're going to
They
tell
love
their
the story of when I
secrets
pushed
soon.
Norma Jean into the mud puddle. But I don't know that I'm giving great word lessons on
But it
those.
doesn't matter.
you're
It's a
giving good
word.
advice.
It's word.
Yeah, it's just, and I wonder, are we guilty as parents? You're busy, you just want to get things done. You're like, yeah. As in, I admit, I used to think, just stop talking to me. Please stop talking to me.
Or the concept of, adults have an adult conversation and kids aren't around. There are some families that do that, when the adults are talking, the kids aren't allowed to be around, so they don't ever get the experience of hearing certain conversations and
Oh, but the
hearing
things
words.
you learn as a kid from listening to those adult conversations.
Yeah.
It's a good life skill too, I
Yeah.
think.
Right.
You're right. It's
Eavesdropping.
eavesdropping is a life skill.
Well, I'm sure technology has not helped this problem
Yeah.
at all, and technology can certainly be blamed for a lot of problems. For some kids, summer is endless hours of YouTube videos and video games. So one principal wants to curb those habits. She is willing to put her money where her mouth is. A Washington, D.C. charter school principal says she will pay students $100 out of her own pocket if they put down the screens every Tuesday till school resumes in August. That's 11 days total of no phones, computers, tablets, video games, and TV. 2 adults over the age of 21 have to sign off that this really happened. Should kids be getting
How
paid?
many people in this charter school?
I did not
Sounds
find the app.
expensive.
Yeah, this sounds expensive. Did
But
she
I think
have
it's
money?
a great
I think it's
idea.
smart.
Until I was around my grandkids all the time, I didn't realize all they want to do is to stay on those devices. Nothing you can really do tempts them to rather do something else. Go down the sliding board, read a book, race. Nothing. They love those things. So you've just got to put them away for so many hours. And this would be a
And
good way to do
bribing
it.
kids are the way to go.
Kids like money, especially teenagers.
Yeah, and delayed satisfaction. I think that's a very
ag-
good lesson.
I just agreed to pay my nephew $1,000 if he gets all A's next year.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
And what are the odds
awesome.
you're going to have to pay that
Right.
out? Are
I'm
you
just
concerned?
hoping that it doesn't happen.
I was going to say.
I know this sounds bad.
Did you win the lottery?
I did not win the lottery, but I felt my sister was having a conversation with me, and she was like, "I can't get him. You know, what he'll do, he won't do his work, and then he gets to the very end of the semester, and he'll get like A's and like surpass everything, like just random, like the end of year exam." Like,
But the homework throughout the year.
blows it out
Yeah.
of the water,
Yeah.
but will
Yeah.
not do
Zeros.
any work during the year. And I was like, well, and she said she's tried everything. She's tried punishing him. And I was like, well, let me see. So I bribed him and I said, I'll give you $1,000.
I mean, is that a bad
Money-
technique? Money is a
No,
motivator?
it works
It's a
for
good
dogs.
motivator.
If it works, you
it
know,
works.
everyone's happy except for me.
I mean, money's a
Yeah.
motivator for us. We get up and go to
Right.
work every day.
Yeah.
And then
why not?
I said if I put money away every month, maybe by the end of the year,
You'll actually have $1,000.
So I don't
This
know.
could be a win-win, though, because obviously if he achieves that, you have done a great thing, and he will
Yeah.
deserve the money and all that. But if he doesn't achieve it and you've put the money away,
You've got
that's a
$1,000.
win.
either you have savings or you can go blow it.
can go on a trip.
Right. You can go shopping.
Or you could go shopping, which is probably what we'd all like to
But
do.
yeah, I think bribing kids are the way to go.
I do too. I do too. It
not a
made
bad
my
thing.
dog sit, stand, and lie down.
Right.
I still don't understand how your dog and money work.
Treats.
Well, it's not treats.
Oh, it's bribery for
You
food,
could
I was going
not-
to say.
You could not
Right.
train my dog without
No,
treats. So
neither mine.
I
It
figured
doesn't
the same
matter
thing
if it's money or
applies.
treats. You got to find something to bribe them.
Find
with.
them. We call that a motivator in
There
parenting.
you
It's a
go.
motivator. It's not bribery. So there are far more rules in schools and society about girls' dress codes than boys. So a mom of 6 girls says she is done telling her teen girls what to wear. The mom blogged that she does not like the message that the female body is dangerous and that girls should be controlled, hidden, and punished for being sexual. She actually theorizes that emphasizing modest dress contributes to the rape culture by teaching that modest dress is all you need to stay safe, or that girls control what others do and think by how they dress.
Mom's getting a little bit lazy
I
here.
don't know.
This is a mixed message.
This
Yeah.
mom says she teaches activity-appropriate clothes.
I like
Okay.
that idea.
That's fine.
Part
but
of me likes this.
How you dress sends a message. Whether you need to dress differently from work than you do from play, from going out to a club or something. How you dress sends a message of what you're
But
doing.
can it control somebody's urges, and should you put that much power in how someone
I
looks?
don't think it
No, I
controls
don't think it
urges.
controls. That's why I like half of the message. I
Right.
think what she's saying about, you know, it does send a message if you say you dress sexy, you're more likely to get raped or something like that could happen to you. So I like the idea of what she's saying because that is not true.
That's not true, no.
And I like the idea of age-appropriate and activity-appropriate clothing, but at the same time, kids are kids. And if you don't put parameters on there,
Right.
they're going to be walking around naked.
And it's
I mean,
teaching good
right.
taste.
It's the truth. Teenagers don't really have that
I agree
idea of
with that.
saying, okay, well, this is too short or this is too low.
They don't have that
If,
filter.
yeah, so if you don't put some parameters out there, I mean, and I'm speaking for myself. At
Me too.
16, I would have gone out there with the smallest little skirt.
Oh, and they
dress
do.
I could.
They do.
So, I mean, I'm happy my mom was like, no, go back and change.
Yeah, right. That's how you learn the rules
Yeah.
and how to choose for yourself from your mother and your father. So you need somebody to guide you, and then you're on your own.
I learned a phrase from reading your blog. I agree with Bobeth. I love the phrase activity appropriate, because we're always having the conversation of, okay, this is Easter Sunday. One does not need to expose oneself at church.
There's a time and
There's a
place.
time and place. Exactly.
A
So-
bathing suit is for the beach, not for walking around.
Well, and there's all the, the backlash about the school rules. School's not the place where we need to look hot and sexy.
Right.
School's when we're here to learn.
Yeah. So I think
but what teenager should be looking hot and sexy?
Well,
they
you
all
can't really
want to.
help it. They want
I
to.
do,
You
they
go to
want
the
to.
movies with your friends.
You're
and-
just finding out you've got that power as a teenager. I remember that. Wow, boys, look at me.
Right.
It was a great feeling.
I mean, I get
You
it.
still do that a little less in adults.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we don't really want that to change.
Right.
You feel good when you
No,
look nice.
that's a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a scary one when you're raising teenagers, though. Speaking of scary, a new study says even hands-free devices are not enough to keep distracted driving under control. When you drive, your attention needs to shift from one object to another. That's so you prevent those hard stops and wrecks. Well, when your brain is processing a conversation, the rest of your cognitive reactions are compromised. A study tracked eye movement, both on and off of hands-free phones, and the reaction time was affected in both circumstances. Do you think you are still a good driver hands-free?
I do, and I think this is kind of sending the message that you can't do two things at once.
Some people
I can
can't.
do two things at once.
Some people
Talking.
can't.
But you have a person in the car, and you're not talking to them any more than you are the person that is hands-free.
Yeah, but it's just talking.
But it depends, I think, what the conversation is. Like if you're doing work, you can be more
yeah.
sidetracked with that work conversation instead of driving.
I mean,
I agree.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Texting and driving, I understand. But
Yes.
just to say I'm having a conversation, someone right next to me, that I don't know.
Yeah,
if I can do.
I don't think that really affects me.
Yeah.
But if that person, and if the person is next to you, you may turn and look at them
Well, it
when
dep-
they say something.
Yeah, that's true, but it depends on the conversation then.
Right.
Because you can get really in depth with it.
Don't have emotional conversations.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Right.
you're totally upset and focused and having a problem,
Right, you're
even
not
with both hands on the
concentrating.
wheel, you're not able to process
Right.
what's
Yeah.
happening in front of you as
Yeah.
well. So I don't know. It didn't surprise me. It's not going to go away. It's not like we're ever going to
No.
stop
Right.
communicating in the car, but
That's
I'm
true.
not sure that it's ever
So
gonna-
every car would have one person.
Be quiet,
with nothing
everybody.
in it, driving. And they'd go to sleep, they'd be bored.
That's true.
Speaking of going to sleep, do you drag through your day? Well, if so, try 30 more minutes sleep. That's all you need. Experts tested differing amounts of sleep on Major League ball players, and they found as little as 30 minutes more made a 13% improvement in their reaction time. It also decreased their daytime fatigue by as much as 1/3. So the study concludes that everyone is busy, but if you can aim for a half hour more, perhaps that earlier bedtime will help. That makes sense to me, because sometimes if you sleep, say I used to think I could sleep 6 hours and feel good, but I'd sleep 8 hours and almost feel worse. Like there's that magic number in there.
I've never hit that magic number. And if I went to sleep for 30 minutes, I'm gone for the rest of the day.
Well, no, add
I'm
that
grouchy.
add that to your bedtime.
Oh, okay.
Either earlier or later. I know, but you have the most varying sleep schedule of anyone I know. Have you ever found what works better than others?
I just like to sleep. I don't know. It's like I
You'll
can
do a
really-
short night.
I'll do a short night, and then the next day I'll probably sleep 10 hours. So I make it up. I believe that you have to make up sleep.
Right.
Like, so if I lose it one day, I take it back.
There's
the
like a
next-
bank of sleep.
I know. I know this is so ridiculous. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I really feel like I could add 30 minutes to my sleep and still feel good.
Oh,
I
think
can
it's-
also add an hour to my sleep.
Everybody my age, raise your hand. I have a hard time going to sleep now. And I think it's a thing about getting older. It's a very big shock to me.
And I have a hard time staying asleep,
Sleep,
which
yeah.
I hear is normal in
Right.
my age group.
Oh,
That you can
yeah.
go to sleep, but you wake up a lot.
Right.
Well, what's normal in your age group? Staying up late
Just
and getting
sleeping.
up early?
But that's still a teenager and sleeps 12 hours a day. So you never know what's going to be big on social media, and this week, big is literal. Meet Danny Jones. They call him Tree Man because obviously he's tall. He's a physical trainer, and oh, by the way, he's kind of ripped too. He is
Yeah, good. He
looks really good.
265 pounds. Hence Tree Man, the Sequoia version. And all I have to say is, ladies, you are welcome.
I was going to say I can swing from his arms.
Look at the size of that man. He does kind of look like a lumberjack.
He does.
He is kind of good looking.
Wow.
Yes, no, very cute.
Let's show some more. Let's look.
I know. Let's see how many more pictures we got. There's a nice one. Tree man and pizza. Yes, that's good. Don't stop the slideshow, Matt, producer. Keep them going. Keep
That
them
pizza
going.
looks pretty big too. What is it? A larger size for the tree man?
With those abs, I don't think he ate any of it. Probably not.
Probably
so.
not.
All right, we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how you can help furry friends without having to provide a forever home. Stay with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast. Showers and thunderstorms continue to develop now into parts of the Suncoast. The heaviest activity in east of I-75. You'll notice that march of the storms toward the west right now. Tremendous amount of lightning, very heavy rainfall now occurring near Northport, heading and getting ready to move into parts of Venice, also into eastern sections of Sarasota and Manatee counties at this hour. It's all kind of moving to the west. Seabreeze kind of holding it off right now. You can see that right there near Osprey and Venice. That shower tries to approach 75 and then kind of heads off to the east a little bit. But we are going to see this progress toward the coast. Showers and storms will be in the mix through the next several hours across parts of west central Florida, containing some very heavy rainfall, some frequent lightning, and the possibility of some small hail with these cells as they make their way off toward the west. Right now, just a tremendous amount of lightning occurring in east Sarasota and eastern portions of Manatee County. Well, much more coming up today at 5. See you then.
Every pet deserves a good forever home, but not everyone is in a position to adopt one. What else can be done? Well, it turns out there are a lot of other ways that you can help the animals find homes. Here from the Humane Society of Lakewood Ranch is volunteer Charlie Logan. Welcome, Charlie.
Hi,
and
thank
friend,
you.
who did you bring with you?
Well, over here we have Miss Ellie,
Hi, Miss Ellie. Hi, you. And who is this?
and this is Macy.
Macy and Miss Ellie. Well, they are beautiful. What do you do as a volunteer?
I mostly work as a dog walker. I mostly work the lunch shift. There are 3 shifts throughout the day, and you go in, you walk the dogs. The lunch shift, we also do a little bit of cleaning to make sure the shelter stays nice and clean and smell free without that kennel smell.
That's a very good thing.
And then like the morning and evening shifts, we'll feed the dogs as well as walk them and generally just give them some nice socializing and some nice love and also some nice training so that they have at least a little bit of training when it's time for them to find a home.
So they
Yeah.
think people are nice things.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, what other volunteer activities can you do?
You can walk the dogs, you can take care of the cats, or cat cuddlers we call them.
Oh.
Which I even do sometimes at the end of my dog shift. I'll just go into the cat room and let the cats climb on me, which is, I think
Very
people
nice.
actually pay good money somewhere for purr therapy, and this is the same thing for free.
Why is it so important for the dogs? Because it feels like it's not just for the volunteer, but the animals are getting a benefit.
Oh, well, yeah, it's very important for them to be socialized and for them to used to being around people and also for them to be shown love and care so that, some of them have maybe come from, I know, some of them have maybe come from traumatic backgrounds.
He thinks the camera's traumatic.
Hi,
Look at me, everybody.
You don't see me, you don't see me.
So, a little bit of love and care and tenderness really helps them transition to being more adoptable so they can find a more permanent home.
Well, and what a great service project, because not everybody can have a forever pet. I mean, there's just ways that it doesn't always work, but that
And-
doesn't mean you can't enjoy
Help out.
and help out.
That's
It's
the
a
main
double.
reason I'm there. My life right now, I can't have a dog with my living situation, so this is how I get my dog fix and,
Now-
and get to have some joy out of it.
Why'd you choose Lakewood Ranch Humane Society?
There were several different reasons. I first started just doing a search for no-kill shelters in the area because I definitely wanted to make sure that I was working for a shelter that wasn't going to put their animals down. And for me, it just became a choice of what was most convenient for my life because I'm fairly busy, even though I want to, still help out. And there were a lot of different reasons. There are many great no-kill shelters in the area. It was just Lakewood Ranch was the right one for me.
But a lot of them will let you come in and help as a volunteer.
Absolutely, yeah. There were several shelters I found that will let you come in and help take care of the dogs and cats and everything.
I was
Hi
going
there.
to ask
There's
you,
your
does it
nut.
make a difference to the dogs? But I see this dog likes you, actually.
Well, it's one of the rewarding things about it is being able to see some dogs that come in and are maybe a little terrified at first, and then after a few weeks of good love from the great volunteers we have, then they're not so shy
Yeah,
anymore.
he's
Although
all
a little
over.
camera
Yeah.
shy, apparently.
Another way that a lot of people have seen is the dog photography. I heard a lot about that.
Yeah, so some of the other volunteer positions, we need administrative people, but we also need photographers. Anybody who's
Oh.
tried to get a good snapshot of their pet can tell you how difficult sometimes it is to get a good photograph of a dog that really shows their personality. And
Oh, there's one.
Because
That's
then you
a
will
great
use those
photo.
for adoption purposes,
well, yes,
correct?
because if people don't know they're there, they can't adopt them.
So you use them on social media. What a
Yes,
great way for high
absolutely.
school kids, because I
Oh,
know
look at that
photography is so
cat.
popular.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
And the
service
pictures
projects.
we're showing right now are all for adoptable pets.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that
And that's Ellie. That's Miss Ellie right
That's
there.
our own Miss Ellie there. Well, this is a good photography because sometimes dogs are hard to catch.
Well, they are, and
look
that's
at
one of the
Hank.
reasons we need the photographers to help. We also a lot of times need, even if you don't want to do a regular thing, we take the dogs to events and things like that, so to get them seen, so they can have some more exposure. And sometimes we just need volunteers that are willing to go to these events and take care of the dogs then, and just get them out in the public so they can be seen more and give them more chances for people to fall in love with them and take them home.
Great service opportunity.
Oh, yes.
It really
if you see
is.
this guy, you've just got to fall in
Yeah.
love. And
Oh,
of course,
yeah.
Miss
Great
Ellie,
personality.
with your
Oh, she's very
hairstyle.
Yeah,
sweet.
she's so
She
sweet.
is a beautiful.
When she gets going, she's actually very frisky and fun. But when with new big things around, her first couple days in the shelter, she wouldn't go anywhere. She would just plop down on the floor. We'd have to pick her up and carry her around.
Well, and for people too who are looking for
traumatized.
motivation to get themselves out, to do more walking, to get to your 10,000 steps, I know from having my own
Absolutely.
dogs, it's a lot easier when you're doing it with a dog.
Absolutely.
Because the dog wants to go, the dog
Right.
makes you go.
And for older people like me, it would be great exercise and a lot of fun, too.
And lots of
Well, and-
kisses.
Ellie's like, I'm in. I'm
One of
in.
my fellow volunteers, Linda, was talking about just the social aspect of being able to, because there's a group of us that are all there, you get to see them all the time, and getting out to go enjoy a nice, beautiful walk on a beautiful day with an awesome little pooch is a great thing to
And
do
you
with
can
the
have a
afternoon.
dog and not have to pick up the food.
Exactly.
I haven't had many dogs in my home, that's how I know that. You can go to the Lakewood Ranch Humane Society's website for more information and to see what you can do to help. And coming up next, are you thinking of retiring? No way I'm going to, but hey, we want to get some information in case we ever do. We can.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country, right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC 7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC 7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
And welcome back. The road to retirement can be a stressful one without the right information. And it's never too early or too late to start putting money away. In today's Money Matters, financial advisor Jeff Stern is here with key considerations when saving for retirement. All right, Jeff. So, this process of determining retirement and when you can retire can be difficult. What do I need to consider?
There's a lot of answers out there, a lot of questions to be asked, that's for sure. The bottom line is we like to say about 80% of your current income.
Okay.
So what we suggest is take your current income, increase it with inflation, increase it with about 2.5% wage growth, and when you plan on retiring, 80% of that number.
Is what I need?
That's what you're going to need.
Seems like a lot of money.
Yes, it does. Hence why we probably won't be retiring anytime soon.
Is this conversation going to depress us?
Right, and Social Security is not going to take care of that.
No.
All right, so, I'm assuming that means you're talking about 401ks and things like that. So are all 401k plans created equal?
There are a ton of 401k plans. There's profit sharing, there's defined contribution, defined benefit plans. They are not all the same. Not all employers actually offer them either. As well as far as how much you can put in it. You can put in about $18,000 till you reach that age of 50, which obviously you're not at, neither one of you.
So how do we get to that magical number? That's the key.
Hopefully your company's going to help with you in what's called sponsor part of it and give you a lot of the benefit, as well as you put in up to, again, about 12% or so.
Wow.
They say on average 13 to 15% of your income should go to retirement of some sort.
Okay.
And should we be doing that now?
When should we have started that?
Is it too late for me?
No, it's never too late.
I'm going to retire after they do. So I've got more years. I got a lot of years to save.
Definitely, you're working, so you have a lot of income coming in, I'm sure.
I wouldn't say a lot.
Speaking of retirement, when you do retire, can you just take out whenever you want out of those 401ks?
No, there's a lot of benefits because it all grows tax deferred, which is great. So you really don't want to take it out before 59 and a half. That's the magic number.
Okay.
There's going to be a 10% penalty if you do it before.
Okay.
You have to start taking it out at 70 and a half. So try not to take it out. Put all the money you can in there that you don't need. Let it grow tax deferred, and then when you are retired, it'll help get you to that 80%.
Okay. So the key consideration is we got a magic number that we should have been starting already to meet, huh?
Start early and start fast. That's my recommendation.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Great information. And you guys know what you got to do. Start saving. All right. Next, Barbara's going to give us some gift ideas for Father's Day.
Yeah, we're going to shop instead of save. Sorry, Jeff.
We'll spend 18% less.
Right. Don't worry about retirement. All right. We'll be right back.
At least we'll have something.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Josh from Muse at the Ringling. And Josh, you made a comment that you were going all creative with shrimp here. Seems like there's a lot of different things you can do.
Well, you know, there's a lot of different types of shrimp, number one. There's a lot of different flavor combinations you can do, number two. But what I like to do is I like to have a little bit of heat with my shrimp because shrimp scampi, I've had it a million times and I'm just over it. So we're going to have house-made wing sauce with some fresh garlic. And then one of you lucky ladies are going to be in charge of garnishing it with crushed red pepper flakes.
Oh, don't pick Bo Beth because she's like some
All right,
spicy.
Bo Beth, you're picked.
Oh.
Sorry, you're up. Don't make it too spicy, okay?
She's going to light it up. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Can't wait.
Linda?
Father's Day is closing in, but what if we just don't want to settle for a new tie for Dad? Barbara Pugliese from Just Because is here with some unique Father's Day picks from St. Armand's Circle. Yeah. Oh, how exciting, Barbara. Show us what you brought us.
Well, I always think dads are so hard to buy for. So
Yes.
I picked out some really cool items that I think will be perfect. We're going to start with a golf theme over here. This is a really cute wine bottle holder, and he's called the Frustrated Golfer as he's cracking that club. Yeah, and he's really cute, but you could also put an olive oil bottle in here or a barbecue. So if he doesn't drink wine, it's kind of a neat thing. And some golf tea towels are kind of cool too. And then I love these mugs. Has a little hammer or the wrench on that, which I think is really great for Dad, because some dads are handy.
He
so I think
doesn't have one either.
No.
That's hard to find for Dad.
Right. And some neat bottle openers, because a lot of men like beer, and we have this great beer holder for the cap. So you do need to drink more beer.
Oh, so it says drink more beer, and then an opening for the beer cap.
Yeah.
So you can fill it all the way up.
You can fill it all up. Some people collect corks. A lot of men like to collect their beer caps. So,
like you said, it's homework.
It's homework. I've been busy on this.
Yeah, you'll give Dad a job. Dad, your job is to fill this.
Yeah. And it's cute. It's fun, and it's something that you can talk about, which I like too. And then we have the wood flask. #1 top gift for men right now are flasks, and especially the wood. So really trendy, which is nice. And then some men like to wear jewelry, and we have these great bracelets up front. And they have a Mariner's snap shackle on them. So it's really a great look. They're very handsome on. They come in leather and then in stainless too. So really kind of good looking men's gifts.
Very masculine.
And a variety.
And a variety. And what's great is everything's under $100. Made in the US, under $100, so not expensive either, which I like. And then we go to the flip-flop shop here in the middle. They have great sandals for men, sizes 6 to 15. Wow. And they believe your toes should be free. So, you know, really some fun things. They have these great pair of Sanooks, which is like a shoe sandal. So the base,
These are Sanooks?
These are Sanooks. So the base is actually a sandal, and then the top has this hemp material on it. So really very cool. Machine washable. You can go surfing in them. So really very cool.
Neat.
And some great sandals here too with some arches, really well made. Again, made in America.
Smooth, yes.
And a lot of these companies also give back, which I think is important too. So your purchase has a good.
And you know what I've learned too is that we take flip-flops and sandals for granted here because they're fairly easy to find. If you are sending presents up north or really to anywhere else, nobody else has access to this stuff like we do.
They don't, and they do such a great job on what's trending and what quality is out there. So really good. Right. And my favorite pair are the reefs down in front. So super comfortable, but the coolest part, Beth, you got to flip it over. And there's a bottle opener on the other end of it. So for that active man,
that's hysterical.
It's so cool. It's like, come on, everyone should be able to open their beer with their shoe.
And why not?
That is so funny.
And
that is
I
so
love
funny.
that.
You would never guess.
No, you wouldn't.
I think it's a great dad's gift.
And again, he doesn't have one of those.
No, most men don't have it, and then they don't need another item. It's all in one right there, which I think is really smart.
You'll never lose it.
No. And then we have the Ancient Olive Gourmet. They're new to St. Armand's, and it's a foodie store, which I love. It's a gourmet food tasting. They have wonderful olive oils and vinegars. That bacon jam is like to die for. And then they also, in front there, and then some really nice cured meats. So for the dad who really likes food, I think this is always a great gift. Most dads like food. Most dads love to grill and to cook. And then they do some mixers too, like a Bloody Mary mix, also some whiskey mixers and tonics, which I think are really nice. And they're all artisan made in the U.S. So some really great products. And then my favorite at the end is that Sugar Fina, because most of us have a sweet tooth, but this is candy for grown-ups.
Okay, I'll slide this back.
Alcohol in it, so we have bourbon gummy bears and a Cuba Libre. There's Scotch balls there. So the trick, Stephanie, is when you put it in, you want to suck on it a little, and then it's going to explode in your mouth.
Oh, wow.
So they're really cool. But I think this is a great gift for, dads.
Did you find it? They're liquor filled.
They're filled with liquor. So you suck a little, and then it just, explodes. When
Dad would like smile.
And you smile as you're doing it.
I'm waiting for somebody to have it explode in their mouth.
She did.
Stephanie, what's going on over there?
She had the Scotch ball.
You're very quiet.
I'm very happy.
Right. These are 18 and older.
Right. 18 and
Most
older
dads
candy.
are 18 and older. That'll work.
So it's perfect for that. And then one other one I love is the bacon pretzels with chocolate.
Bacon pretzels.
It's the middle one, which are really tasty too. And these are great. They're all like under $10 too. So great you can do a sampler for dad.
And in addition to this, you still have Ladies' Night.
We do. Ladies' Night is this Thursday, 15% off.
So the ladies can shop for dads.
Yeah.
What stores are participating?
We have 30 stores. So we have a nice list that's up there, and you can go and check it out. And they're all offering the discount. So great time. And you want to look.
Have balloons at the
They
door?
do.
Something?
You do want to look for the balloons so you know the stores to go to. And we have raffle prizes, so a lot of fun.
Okay, so it took me a little longer to get to the inside, but I just found it.
Yeah,
that's good.
You got it, right?
It is. Little kick of liquor.
I'm waiting because we're going to come back and play a game. And don't forget, Ladies' Night is this Thursday, and you can go to the St. Armand's website and find out which stores are participating. Okay, stay around. We're going to play a very awesome game when we get back.
And the adult candy will help.
That's right.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. More and more new roundabouts are popping up across the area. We'll have some tips on how to best drive through these popular traffic circles. Plus, legislation in Washington that could help lots of seniors on the Suncoast, what our local congressman is trying to do to bring down the cost of hearing aids. Get a check on our weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Well, Scott, here they come. Big storms firing up along the East Coast sea breeze and the West Coast meeting right here along the coast. And looks like intense lightning already taking place in the Sarasota County. And that's near Northport, near Inglewood, Port Charlotte. Northport getting the heaviest by far right now into East Sarasota County. Showers are also starting to develop near Lakewood Ranch, also near Fruitville and I-75, all the way up into Bayshore Gardens. It's going to be a very active next couple of hours here along the Suncoast. We'll have more coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
We're having a lot of fun with our guest host, Barbara from Just Because Boutique on St. Armand's Circle today. And Barbara, our producer Joey tells me that not only are you so great at trends and fashions, but you also are a talented baker and cook.
Yes, I actually have a culinary degree. So.
Oh,
but
you do?
I do, but I don't know if I
wow.
want to take this quiz.
Oh, yeah, so we like to play games in case
Right.
you weren't aware, and we always like to make them extra fun for our guest host. So today's game features things that you might find in the kitchen, or that might be more, should we say, animal related. So we've named this game, and I swear this is our producer, not me, Pet It or Pinch It, because we've had animals and we have a foodie person.
So you're going to pet the animal or you're going to pinch the spice?
There you go.
I know more about animals than the kitchen. So
all right, then you can get those right.
I
All
know.
right.
Okay. I know
Should we
neither.
pet it or pinch it? Here comes an unusual name. You tell me what to do with it. Number one, cardamom.
We pinch it.
Oh, okay, yes, shot right out.
Sorry.
Spice. Everybody
pinch.
knows that is a
Pinch it,
spice.
pinch it.
That is true. It is a seed pod and also has like a little cross section to it. I think, Bobette, you're going to know more about this than you think you will.
Yeah, because I thought I wasn't going to know anything, and I got one already.
Exactly.
I'm doing better than I thought.
All right. Do we pet or pinch Burmilla?
Oh, it's pinch.
Pinch.
I don't know.
I think it's a plant.
Yeah.
Can grow it?
You know, the
That's a
Vermilla
Vermilla.
plant.
If you pinch Burmilla, it may bite you. It is a cat. It is. It comes from the UK, and it's a cross between a chinchilla Persian and a Burmese. And that one looks angry.
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
That one was going to
He
bite.
says, don't pinch me.
Yeah, it heard you and wanted you to pinch. Okay, do you pinch or pet Galangol?
Gallinol.
Galangol.
It must be
I'm thinking of
a cat.
I'll go with pinch since they said cat.
Okay, we do pinch. It is a spice and it is in the ginger family. It is a Galangol ginger, and it's used in Indonesian and Thai food.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew what?
Who knew? What about chiltepin?
Oh, that sounds...
Do we pinch or pet chiltepin?
I'm going to go with pet.
You're an expert. What
I don't know who came up with these.
We don't know either.
The internet.
I'm going to say maybe pet. I don't
I'm
know.
with her.
Yeah.
All right,
She
now we're
hasn't
going to
agreed.
pinch this
Yeah,
one.
oh my
It is
God.
a pepper. It is the official native Texas pepper.
Oh, chill gives it away. Chili.
Like chili?
Chill, yeah, I'm assuming
Okay.
there's a little chili in there. So it's a cousin of the jalapeno.
I think we're making all these
I think we might be
arbitrarily
too.
picking
All right,
one.
should we pet or pinch a minskin?
Pet.
That's a cat.
That's a
Minskin.
cat.
Oh, everybody knew
A
that.
Minskin cat.
It is a breed of cat. It's okay, this is weird. When you cross a munchkin with the Sphinx, you get a minskin. Aw, it's actually really cute.
That looks like the Austin Powers cat.
That cat doesn't look unhappy. He's not grumpy cat. All right, so there's your minskin. What about a capsicum? Do we pet it or do we pinch it?
Capsicum.
Capsicum.
That looks like
Pinch
a
it.
pet it.
Everybody wants to pinch that except Linda.
Pet.
It's another form of chili pepper.
Okay.
So that is a type of pepper. All right, here's one, a kimrick. Do we pinch or pet
I'm
kimrick?
going to say pinch.
Pet.
Because I'm thinking
Pet.
turmeric.
All right, we do pet it. A kimrick cat is a type of basic domestic cat, and it has a lot of hair. That is a hairy cat.
Lip roller for that
his
one.
face.
Yep, absolutely. And it only looks sort of happy that we didn't pinch it. All right, what about tulasi?
Tulasi?
Pinch.
Pinch.
Very true. It is a medicinal plant and an herbal tea.
Oh,
That is
I knew
tulasi.
that.
Medicinal, huh?
Good job.
Thai lilac. Look at they're silent. They're like,
It's pinch.
Maybe it's pet and the cat is lilac colored.
It is a cat.
That's a good one.
It is a tiny
Talking
cat.
about it.
It has a
Yeah.
low body fat percentage, and it's actually very, very cute. All right.
Cats.
We have one more, I
Yeah,
believe.
there were so many breeds.
Abyssinian.
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 Abyssinian. Oh, that's a cat.
You know more about cats than I thought you did, Linda Carson. It is a ticked tabby coat. Aw, that looks like a basic domestic cat. That's an Abyssinian. I had no idea there were that many cats, to be honest. The spices don't surprise me, but the cats do. All right, you never know what the game is going to be. I'm just glad we didn't do a tasting spice game, so I'm happy to play the
But if things get very boring tonight at your cocktail party, just start talking about cats and spice.
Ask people if they want to pinch or pet, and they'll probably smack you. All right, we're going to check our viewer emails. Stay with us.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live in the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Welcome back. We wanted to share an email from our viewer, Bonnie G. She wrote in about yesterday's show. I liked hearing the young lady sing. Thank you for featuring local talent.
Thank you, Bonnie. I thought I sounded good also.
So, Beth, I'm not sure she was talking about you.
Well, look at it. How could she not be talking about me? Listen.
Ooh. She's talking about her. This is Camilla.
Always reaching out and being, just taking the things not worth having. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Camilla sounds better than me.
She is one of the students from Music Compound. So, but Beth, I have to ask, I know this whole segment came about because you kept saying, I'm going to learn to sing. Bo Beth says, I'm going to learn to sing. I'm going to be good. Did you get some tips to go from Bo Beth to Beyonce?
The instructor told me that I had a beautiful voice and that she just needs to find it inside of me.
Oh,
she said she can bring it out.
And you need years and years of lessons.
Did she say that, really, Linda?
No, she did not. She really said I had a good voice.
I don't think you have a bad voice either. You just can't find the notes.
Well, she said that.
It's a minor detail.
It is a minor detail.
I'm just focusing on the point that I have a good voice. And I'll sing more for you now that I've been told that. I was reaffirmed.
That you should
my
be singing.
belief.
All right.
She said, don't hide it.
Don't hide it. We're going to send her to the shower. All right, coming up next, we're going to send us to the kitchen, Muse at the Ringling here, and we're going to make some spicy shrimp.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Hundreds of fish released in Philippi Creek in Sarasota. What scientists with Mote Marine are hoping to learn from this snook research project. And now taking a quick look at Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota is backed up. This is in the westbound lanes near US 41. Now, let's head over to Bob.
No accidents yet, but boy, the roads are slick right now. Heavy rain falling across the Suncoast, and that storminess continues to be strong near Northport. Tremendous amount of lightning there, small hail, downpours near Lakewood Ranch, Fruitville, I-75, and all the way down to Bee Ridge and Clark Road. Another cell developing near Bayshore Gardens. All this kind of drifting off to the west. So get set for some heavy rainfall, frequent lightning. Doesn't appear anything too severe. Could see some wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. We'll have the latest on all of this coming up at 5. Hope to see you then.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
The official salon of ABC 7.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
What's a nice Jewish girl to do when she can't introduce her WASP boyfriend to her conservative parents? Hire an actor. Hilarious and insightful, Bo Jest is at the Player Center June 14th through the 25th, and it's your ticket to a sizzling summer. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Don't miss Bo Jest.
Coming up Wednesday at 4 on Suncoast View, Father's Day is getting a lot more fashionable. Jackie Z Style gets guys looking sharp for the holiday. She'll have the latest summer fashion trends and accessories, and yes, Dad will want to wear them. American Stage Theater brings a satirical new political show. We'll talk to the stars, plus $1 million mansions and Suncoast for sale. And cheers, National Bourbon Day with Cask and Ale in the kitchen.
And welcome back. We're here with Josh from Muse at the Ringling. So what
Thank
are we
you for
doing,
having
Josh?
me. Okay, so garlic chili shrimp, and there's a few important steps. This dish requires a little bit of patience. It's not something you just want to throw together when you get home or if the kids are yelling and screaming.
Okay.
So the first thing we have here is we have half a cup of unsalted butter.
Okay.
And the butter needs to go in the pan first.
And why unsalted butter?
Unsalted.
Well,
I never know
salted
which one to
butter
buy.
is actually very, very salty. So if you have salted butter, it's probably going to ruin your dish unless you're baking.
Oh, I'm so
gonna
glad to
place
know
that
that.
over there. So once this butter gets going, what we're going to do, and here's where the patience comes in, is that a lot of people make this mistake when they cook in the restaurant, or I've done it at home, is that when they put the garlic in, they add everything in. And what happens is that when you're eating it, you're eating raw garlic.
Oh.
And no one's going to enjoy raw garlic unless, of course, you're my grandmother, and she does. And that's okay. Grandma can do what she wants.
How much garlic is that? That's a lot
That
of
was
garlic.
2 tablespoons. Never be stingy with your garlic. This is where the flavor is. This is where all the flavor's at. So we're going to let this sit and get to know each other, which is one of my favorite little terms in the restaurant when I'm teaching new people how to cook on the line and stuff. They always want to rush and be so fast and restaurant paced. They never let the flavors get to know each other. And this is where people get in trouble.
I may borrow that phrase.
Yes.
Sit it in the pan.
Yes, exactly. It's like us. We're getting to know each other.
dating.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's food dating, but they're really hot right now. Okay, so.
Not enough though.
So what we have here is I did 1 pound of peeled and deveined shrimp. If you want to work harder, you can buy them and you can peel them and you can devein them. I'm not about that life right now. And if you know, 1 pound is good for about 4 people. If you wanted to have 8, 12, just keep multiplying. But of course, multiply your other ingredients. So right now we have what's called garlic butter.
Oh, I can smell it.
Which
yeah,
is
it's good.
Yeah. Now.
You left the shrimp in the bowl.
Oh, did I? Oh my lord.
Okay,
there goes my food cost. I'm gonna place that there. Now, this is where it gets fun, and you can impress your friends while you're at a dinner party. So look, everyone's getting to know each other. Right. So butter got to know garlic. Butter and garlic got to know shrimp.
But I noticed that it's not really a high heat.
No. So what happens with butter is that if you cook butter on a really high heat, it'll burn. If butter burns, it ruins your dish. If garlic burns, it ruins your dish.
Then they're not friends anymore.
That's right. Yeah, they're just like they're in a divorce, and that's gonna get ugly. So now, what I have here is I like to make my own wing sauce. Super simple, super fun. All you need is vinegar and a lot of spices and a little bit of molasses, and you can't really mess it up.
A lot of spices.
Yeah. So we're gonna put all that.
Wow.
That's all the spices. I like to use paprika because it's very, very strong, and it gives it a nice color.
It's pretty.
It's all about the presentation.
Yeah.
Now we're going to impress our friends again.
It's getting
Right.
messy.
I'll step back.
Move away.
You don't trust me?
Oh, absolutely.
Come on, we've been on this show all the time, and you don't trust
You
me.
are good.
Now, if you do this at my mother's house, she'll be very upset with you.
Why? How does she
She'll
do
call
it?
me by my full name because she's afraid I'll make a mess just
What's
like
your
you.
whole name?
Joshua Michael Wood. If I hear Joshua Michael, I know I'm in trouble.
Okay.
Okay,
We
now,
won't call you.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this get to know each other. Now, what everyone else does at home, and I know it because I do it too, is that I buy lemon juice or lime juice when you're at Publix.
that. Yeah.
It's so much easier. It comes in a little. It's like lemon shaped. It's great. It's simple. I don't like that.
No.
The reason being is that it's preservatives and it's not fresh, and like, there's a reason why it sits out at Publix unrefrigerated for months.
Would you know the taste if I used the real lime?
Yeah.
Yep.
You really,
You'd
you
have
really
you'd have
could
to
taste
you'd have to use a lot more of it as well, unfortunately. So now I like to use color contrast just so that we can, when we're having our friends over, there's a little bit of visual appeal. People eat with their eyes first. And it is a bit of a saucy dish. Don't be afraid to make a mess. That's why we have towels.
Like it.
Okay. So we're just gonna do a nice little line there, and now this is where the money's
Is it my
at.
turn?
Yeah.
No, one more thing. This is where the money's at. You have to get
fresh lime.
fresh lime juice. Now I like to do half a lime per portion because if not, then you're just eating, you know, it's
Lime.
like it's like too much. Now,
Okay.
don't mess it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Pressure.
A slight pinch,
Oh, she doesn't know slight.
Right.
elevated, right? So it covers everything. Look at that.
Wow.
Look
Wow,
at that.
it's
If this-
That's not enough to
Yeah.
taste, is it?
Chef Bobeth.
well, you don't want to add too much. You can always add more. You can never take any out.
Same thing?
Yep. Now you want to do a little bit more of that. This is your color pop.
Is this cilantro?
This is a cilantro mix that I make at home. So I take poblano peppers, I de-seed them, dice them very nicely, and then I take fresh cilantro.
So this will have
Sounds
some
like
kick
a lot
too.
of work.
Yes. Now, what I love about this dish is that it's good to share. It's good for kids. It's good
I
for
like
anyone.
it.
It's
and
gorgeous.
And there's
It's
no
pretty.
concern about heartburn. I had a lady at the museum stop me, and she's like, "Are you going on TV tomorrow?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am." what are you making? And I told her, she goes, oh no, I can't eat that. That'll give me heartburn. And I said, you know what? I'll come to your house and I'll make it, or you can come to the restaurant and I'll make it, and we'll do the heartburn test. I promise you, it'll be okay. This will not be featured on our summer special menu, which will be starting on Thursday. I like to feature 3 courses, $36, and a free glass of Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay for the ladies.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely. And of course, we found some dessert too. Bourbon gummy bears will help put out any fire that Beth may have started.
That's right.
With the chilies there, so we're all good. All right, go see Josh at Muse at the Ringley. They've got some great summer menu specials throughout the year. Barbara, we love your gift ideas.
Yes,
Thanks for joining
indeed.
us. Take some time.
I'm going
enjoy
shopping tomorrow
this
at your store. I'll be there.